Halo sahabat Liputan 6, jumpa lagi bersama saya Desi Frila dan kali ini kita akan ngobrol-ngobrol langsung dengan grup vokal legendaris yang sangat populer di tahun 90 sampai 2000-an. Gak usah saya sebut deh, pasti kalian tahu kalau dengar lagu ini. But if I let you go, I will never know what my life would be holding you close to me. Will I ever see you smiling back at me? Oh yeah. How will I know
if I let you go?
Woo! Thank you so much, guys. Oh my God, Shane, Marky, and Nick, what an honor to have you here with us here in SCTV Studio. How is everything going?
It's very nice to be here. Thanks for having us, first of all. We're very excited to chat to you. Everything's going great. We're back in full swing. The band is back together. We've been recording music. Our album is about to come out. We've just announced a new tour. It's all called Wild Dreams. Our album's called Wild Dreams. The tour is called Wild Dreams. And we're all back together.
Yeah, I heard and I can see that. And well, it's been a while and your fans have been waiting for a new release. How does it feel to finally come back?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, to be honest. You know, I think after the few years that we've all had through the pandemic, it's been quite a nervous time, you know, in the world for everybody, no matter what job we do. And I think for us, we were trying to figure out a way of still existing as a band and trying to find a way of, you know, making new music for our fans. We were supposed to go on tour just before the pandemic hit. So obviously that got taken away. But everything for a reason in one way. You know, we tried to make the best of the situation. We've made this album now, Wild Dreams. And, you know, we're very excited for our audience and our fans to hear it. But even more so, we're excited to hopefully get on tour and, you know, come out to places like Indonesia again. Hopefully in 2022, we are planning a world tour. We can't announce any dates just yet because we're still waiting for all the government guidelines come into place, but hopefully we will see you guys definitely in 2022 on tour.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to hear that. Fingers crossed. I really hope I can see you here in Indonesia. But about your newest album here, Wild Dreams. Why Wild Dreams? What is it about?
I think the title actually came from, it was actually Mark came up with the idea of that song, and it was about, you know, what was going on in the world at the time. There were so many, the whole thing was like a wild dream. You know, the last 2 years has been such a crazy time for everybody and a very scary time. And Mark was having a lot of crazy dreams and a lot of panicky kind of weird dreams, you know. So he said, what should you get that title of a song? I thought it was really good. And let's make it upbeat, let's make it fun. And it kind of kicked off the album process in general for us. So fast forward 12 months now for the song and the tour and album to be called that. It's pretty cool, you know. And this album really came from the four of us as a band, and probably more so than any other album before. We had a lot of time. One thing we had as a band was a lot of time, obviously, with the pandemic, and to be able to kind of spend time making the album and taking our time making it was a kind of a novelty that was new to us, because usually albums are not made very quickly, but they could be made in 2 or 3 months. You know, this album took over a year. So yeah, we're very proud of it, and we're very excited to finally bring it out next week and see what the fans, obviously the most importantly, what the fans think of our songs and our new album. We're really excited about it all.
Yeah, I'm so excited too for your new album, and I'm so happy to see that you take this whole pandemic situation and can turn it into a fun thing. And seeing you product this album during the COVID-19 pandemic, is there any challenges that you faced along the way?
Yeah, of course.
A couple.
I mean, I guess like the whole world, the challenges are you know, very out there, from, you know, being at home, having to record this album in our houses, in our living rooms, in our, you know, little corners, little pockets,
In our showers.
of where we've all been, you know. And just like the rest of the world, we've had to try and find a way of making it work. You know, we've had to try and work from home. How do you do that as a band? You have to just work it out. So we wrote on Zoom with people. We, I guess, you know, put the songs together to decide which ones we we're going to record, and then had to put them into reality of recording them. So all the interruptions, whether it's our dogs barking or Wi-Fi dropping out or you know, we'd be in the middle of a call going, Starlight. Sorry, can you close that door, please? Just 1 second. So
that happened too a lot.
Yeah. So, and also the interesting one, there's a song on there called My Hero, which is a really poignant song because it really captures heroes around the world at the moment, whether it's, you know, family or friends or frontline workers that are doing and are continuously doing a great job. But that's the first song we ever recorded in Sligo in the west coast of Ireland, which is where Shane, Kate and Mark are from. And that was all done there in a little studio that Shane had created during lockdown as well. So this album stands apart from the rest of our albums for many reasons. We've written most of it. We've recorded it in lockdown. There's some really clever songs on there that represent the pandemic. You know, a song called Alone Together, which is us being alone but together. Also a song called Alive, which is about the world coming alive again and everyone will dance again. So we'll definitely look back on this album and go, that was our lockdown album. And as good as it is, and I know the fans will love it, hopefully we never have to record one like that again.
I hope so. And yeah, it must have been an unforgettable experience, especially you call it a lockdown album. But about The Hero, I saw your performance in the Pride of Britain Awards. That was the first time in a while since you performed live, right? How did it feel? What did you miss most about performing live?
Amazing.
Yeah, it felt amazing. Genuinely, and we've done that show a couple of times, but every time I'm there, I kind of feel starstruck because you sit back and you hear the stories of all of these extraordinary individuals, and then it's like you feel like you're lucky to be meeting them, you know, and you feel like, do you know what, these are really what life is about, you know, this is whatever we've achieved, you know, we're still able to take huge example of these little kids who everything in their life has gone against them, yet somehow they've managed to be brave, they've managed to be positive, and they don't complain. And sometimes, you know, as humans, we all complain about everyday stuff when we're far much better off than a lot of other people out there. So you learn a lot from being on a show like that.
Capture the emotion of My Hero, because remember, My Hero can be your mom or dad, it can be your brother or sister, your dog, your wife, your husband, your best friend, the doctors, anybody. And I think it sits lovely on this album amongst some brilliant songs. And we're just so proud of this Wild Dreams album. So much so, as Keane said earlier, we're hoping to go back on tour to Asia late in 2022. So you better come down and enjoy the concert and get everybody to come along.
I will have to, right. But the tickets for the August show is already sold out. How did that happen? Like, I really want to see you guys.
That's in England.
That is one of the concerts that we had to postpone due to the pandemic for Wembley Stadium and also for a stadium in Ireland. We had to postpone both of those concerts. So we are going to do those concerts in August on this side of the world, and then hopefully come to Asia in September. That is our plan at the moment. Like we said earlier, we're just waiting for government approvals and all of those things to come into place so that we can let all our Indonesian fans know exactly when we're coming and exactly what night we will be playing. But let me tell you this, it's going to be a concert like we have never done in Indonesia before.
It's a special one.
A very special one. It is one that we have pushed very, very hard to make happen with our promoters out there. So stay tuned. That news will be coming very soon.
I will make sure I get the front row tickets and pre-order it as long as it's already out. Let's talk about Starlight now. It's the first music video released in the whole album. Why? And will there be any other music videos from this album?
Yeah, Starlight is the first single, you know, and we felt like this song, again, because of the pandemic, because of everything, it was very positive, it was very upbeat. It gave everybody, I think, it gave us anyway, a lot of hope about the future. It's a great song to sing, and we found after the last album when we released Hello My Love, it was such a big song for us, and we wanted to keep it upbeat. We didn't want to come straight away with a ballad. And Starlight is one of those songs that makes you just feel good, it makes you feel happy. You know, we performed it in London on a big TV show last night, and it's such a great song to sing. It's going to be such a great song on tour. And again, we wanted to write songs for this album that were positive, that were, you know, hopeful, that were happy, that, you know, you could see in a big stadium or in a big show, that our fans would love. And this is definitely one of them, and I think it got the album off to a great start. Yeah, and there's more songs like that, obviously. This album is actually quite upbeat in general. There's only like 2 or 3 ballads on there, but it's a very positive, hopeful, album.
It's actually quite a difficult song to sing. Would you agree? Like, it's so high.
It's very high. There's some notes on there that are higher than high. Mark has a couple of notes at the end that are crazy high.
The highest you've ever sang on a Westlife song, Mark, would you say?
Yes.
And he's going to do it right now. Go, Mark!
Go, Mark! Go, Mark!
Definitely one of the highest.
Can you show us?
That's a
Yeah.
B flat.
It's very early here in England. We're still half asleep. We can't sing now.
Okay, then we'll see it in the videos and the concerts. But one of those countries you're going to visit on your tour is Indonesia. Why? What makes you want to come back here again?
We've
fans.
so many fans. We've so much support over there. Indonesia is like,
You're very humble.
Indonesia, like our first album went 20 times platinum in Indonesia. 20 times platinum, which was a record at the time. So that really gave us a good feeling for Indonesia, and how many fans.
Yeah, we were like, this place feels good.
This place feels good. And the second album went 22 times platinum. So, when you remember them kind of stats and look back at it, it was a very special country for us. We have a lot of fans there, and it's somewhere we want to come back to all the time. You want to go where you're loved, and we are very much loved in Indonesia, and a lot of fans there. Plus, nasi goreng is my favorite dish. So I hope I pronounced that right, but it is my favorite Indonesian dish, my favorite Asian dish in the world. So I cannot wait to get back and try it again.
Okay, what is the one thing that you remember most from Indonesia? Is it the city, the food, the ladies? What?
I have a good story. One of the first times we ever went to Indonesia, we did a performance, just a showcase of our first album, but it was more like a concert.
10,000 people.
There was 10,000 people there.
Do you remember?
And we were on stage, and all the girls were in the front row, and they were screaming up at us, and a few of them were fainting, and the security guards were lifting them out. But this one girl, she got lifted out from the front row, and she got brought over to like the first aid area to the side of the stage. And I was watching her singing the songs, and she was just lying there, and then she just jumped up and ran on the stage, and she jumped on Mark, and like she was just attached to Mark, and Mark was singing the song, and like she was probably on you for like 30 seconds.
She pretended she fainted.
And like
brilliant.
it took like 4 or 5 security
I
guards.
was used to getting attacked from behind at the time. I didn't know what was going on.
It was
But
great.
it took like 4 or 5 security guards
Such a
to get her
surprise.
off. So that was a moment that I don't think we will ever forget.
Wow, but how did you handle it, Mark?
It was so
It wasn't a
fun.
traumatic experience for you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It was
it
fun. You
was
enjoyed
my
it.
my first time that happened, and I think that I was just very unaware of it. But these days I just embrace it.
Because it might happen again, remembering that your fans here couldn't wait for you to have a concert in Indonesia. It really could.
But we'll have to have eyes in the back of our heads.
Yeah.
We on the reunion tour we went to Indonesia and we did 6 shows. We did Jakarta, we did Palembang, we did Surabaya.
Yeah, we did a couple of shows. That was the 3 cities.
Yeah, so there were 3, and that was our first time for Westlife. I think Shane might have been to other cities, but as a band, that was our first time to visit outside of Jakarta. So maybe there's more cities that we can visit on this upcoming tour.
Bali, I'd love to go to Bali.
Bali,
Go
yeah,
surfing.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Have you surfed
A
there?
show in Bali, and we go surfing then after. Boom. I play a bit of golf.
Not good. Canggu, a few different parts of the island.
I'm pretty sure in whatever
We
city
can't
you
wait to come back,
perform,
guys. We really can't.
yeah, in whatever city you perform in Indonesia, I'm sure it will always be sold out. Okay,
Yeah,
back
hopefully.
back to the album. There's 15 songs in the album. For each of you, can you tell me what's your favorite song in the whole album and why?
That's a tough one. Okay, we'll have to pick one song each.
I'm going to go with Starlight because I feel like that song, as Nikki is singing, I feel like that song is a very uplifting song, and it's a song that brings a lot of joy and a lot of hope, especially in the times that we are living in at the moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Always With Me. It's the last song, well, number 11 on the album, obviously for the Westlife old songs. But it's Always With Me is a beautiful ballad. It's about my mum and dad. Unfortunately, my mum and dad passed away in the last couple of years, so it was a bit of a difficult time. But I wanted to try and write a song that was quite positive about their love story, and that song is about their love story. So very proud of that song, and can't wait to sing it.
Wow, so sweet. Mark?
For me, there's a song on the album called Lifeline, which was it's actually probably one of the more Westlife-y ballady style songs on there. And the song was really inspired by, you know, like